Welcome to the video covering the tutorial 5. The tutorial itself was different to the ones that we've done in the past. It's very much based on problem questions, working through them and discussing findings. So in a sense I can't really cover that in a video like this. And that's what tutorials in criminal law are going to be like, where I will come along with problem question, we'll work through them and move on from there. But there are some things I want to stress. The key topics, of course, for criminal law are the concepts of actus reus and mens rea. Actus reus we've dealt with previously. Mens rea, we're looking at a particular problem of recklessness. Intention, so it was dealt with in the last TMA, but recklessness has caused problems because, as you've read in the textbooks, there were two standards of recklessness, one known as Cunningham Recklessness, which meant that the person had seen a risk and gone ahead and taken it, and we actually looked at what their real beliefs were. And Caldwell Recklessness, which again deals with this idea of risk, but looks at what the reasonable person would have done. And there were a number of cases involved, young, not too bright people who did things which the rest of us would have immediately recognised had dangerous consequences, but they genuinely didn't. And under Caldwell Recklessness, they could still be liable. We have now had the case of R and G, and I would encourage you as strongly as I can to use your skills in getting cases from either the databases or you can get this on actually on the House of Lords website. Read that case, look at the thinking that the judges bring to it, look at the explanations of the concepts that they go through. And so we spent some time answering questions on the R&G case and highlighting the key points from it. So that's a very important idea. It dominated criminal law exams for years. R&G, of course, means that there's now no place for discussing the two types of recklessness and arguing whether they should be different. They have all been brought together under R&G. But as you can see in your tutorial question, you are asked to discuss the case, discuss the criticisms of the case. From then, we move on to looking at individual offences. The good news is you're not going to be studying every offence in the statute book, and of course there are non-statutory offences like murder. How many offences there are, who knows? Estimates have been made in the thousands. I mean, perhaps you recall at the time of last year's general elections, the then opposition, was alleging that the government in its 13 years had created, again, in terms of thousands of new offences. Well, you can argue about the figures, but there are an awful lot of offences that can be committed. Some common law, the majority statute. This course is going to look at some of the most common. And the first area that you're going to be looking at is at assaults. Common assault, still there, but of course it's the Offences Against the Person Act which is the most important. And have a look at that. Make sure that you are entirely comfortable with what constitutes the actus reus, what constitutes the mens rea, and what defences there are available to each of the three main offences under the Offences Against the Persons Act. Then you'll be moving on to inchoate liability. These are ones where the offence itself might not have been committed, but something is being done towards that offence. So of course the three main areas that you're looking at are attempt, conspiracy and incitement. So when you're talking about the actus reus and the mens rea of these offences, you add the elements, you consider the elements of the major offence and consider whether there is attempt, conspiracy, incitement. And you'll need to consider what the actus reus and mens rea of attempt, conspiracy and incitement are, and bring those together in your answers. Then there are sexual offences, which the law on this has been written by the Sexual Offences Act 2003. Again, look through, there are three main offences at the start of the Act: rape, assault by penetration, section 2, sexual assault, section 3. And then there are offences relating to children. So again, make sure that you can define those offences in terms of actus reus, mens rea and possible defences. I sound tedious and boring on this one, but actually this is central to criminal law, that you know those for each offence. TMA 04, 2 parts. The first one, a problem question. So you're going to do a lot of defining and applying of actus reus, mens rea and defences available. Here I go again. The second part on the central case of R&G, and as I say, you've got materials there that you could use without reading the case, but really the insights that come from those judgments are ones that I hope to see reflected in your writing. Well, thank you, and I look forward to receiving the next TMA and our next tutorial in July.